What's up, guys and gals? Apologies once again for the very late review, as always. Every single time I seem to get fully caught up each week. By the end of each week, it seems like a bunch of chapters drop, and then I get behind or busy again. But here we are to try to get ourselves caught up for Strike It Rich. Chapter 45, 46 has already dropped, so we're going to try to get to that review shortly after we do this one. So, yeah, Chapter 45... honestly, only a couple of small things to talk about with this chapter, which is good because I'm playing catch-up right now. But Chapter 45, choreography, really good. Art, really, really good. But the big thing is the teacher. So the teacher now at this point, it sort of was ambiguous, but at this point I'm confident in saying that the teacher is definitely female. You know, we're seeing the very obvious hint of a bosom there at the beginning of the chapter. You know, with the world is hell, the person known only as a teacher. And this is obviously from Rei's memories, right? Not from Hina's. Does Hina remember the face of their teacher or not? Do any of the Star Children remember the face of their teacher? See, so we have quite a number of questions here, and this is what I want to focus on, because yes, they fight and stuff, and we'll get to that, but here's the key things. Number one, who is this teacher? Clearly not as some people originally thought in the community, that the teacher was sort of part of the original army of God or something like that. But it seems to me that this is an entirely separate, or at least confirmed, all but confirmed right here, this is an entirely separate organization that infiltrates other organizations or other directions, other lives and livelihoods towards whatever common goal that they seemingly have. Now, we see there's actually 5 current Star Children. There's 5 of them, right? So they talk about that you 9 shall be the stars that illuminate all that exists. So there are 9. However, a light in the hell, the Star Children. However, they only name 5 here. Hina and Rei being 2 of them. So they say they're going to tear down the low law. It's New World Order sort of conspiracy shit going on, right? And all the bleeding and all the blood and stuff like that. And it's very definitely got that horror element, that really cool aesthetic towards it, right? So here's the thing, is that as of this moment, those of you with futures determine number 5. So according to them, so there are 9 Star Children. Fair enough, you know, 9 planets, yada yada yada. No, Pluto's still a planet, don't give a fuck. 9 planets, 9 stars, whatever, right? The thing is that they name 3 of them that we see in silhouette. We see them in shadows. Samari, Rima, who's all obviously another Hina. Happy-go-lucky. She's even got the bug, the antennae style anime hair with the big smile and stuff. So she's going to be a psycho. Himari, and then Ri and Hina. Now, they don't say where the other 3 are going. Are they? Obviously, they went on separate paths, determined futures. What about the other 4? Were they still in training, or were they already on their set paths, or was the path not determined? A lot of open-ended questions there, but we see that Ri and Hina, where Rei is grasping onto Hina, you know, like sort of like a security blanket in a sense, says, you two, your path points towards the army of God. Obviously, this is where they were both inducted or joined the army of God. And you're such a close pair, even your futures shall align. So, okay. Now, this teacher's obviously bonkers, out to fucking lunch. But, this is all very interesting lore, very interesting backstory, very interesting information that we're going to be receiving, because Strike It Rich is building itself up to be a combination of backstory meets Bloody Monday meets, you know, the show 24, or Person of Interest, actually. Better version of 24. Person of Interest, right? It's building itself up to be this very murder mystery crime terrorist organization, mystery cult, very cultish, a little bit of Far Cry element into it, you know what I mean? That sort of element. Once again, Bloody Monday being the epitome of cult meets terrorist organization mangas, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best in that genre. So definitely getting that same vibe here. The horror element, everything is working really, really well in Strike It Rich's favor. Now, we do jump back to the fight here, and this is where Rei is saying she cannot remember her teacher's face. She remembers her teacher. She obviously, this is from Rei's memories, but she can't remember the face of the teacher. It's blocked out by the stars. She sees the blood, she sees everything, but who is this person? Now, why can't she remember? We don't know exactly and stuff. So this adds more to, once again, the lore, the mystery, the want. I mean, this is really good plot writing. This is really good getting us invested and interested in a universe we're already familiar with. Adding this cult meets terrorist subplot in the background for our characters is just adding our need to know more, which is really good choice on Sandra's part here. So now Hina and Rei, once again, they go back to it. Hina is obviously still dominating and stuff like that. And Hina basically answers the question of, have you ever killed anyone? And she says, I really don't know. Because once I've defeated them, once they're done, I have no idea whether they lived or died. So she has no idea if she's murdered someone with her last attack or not. Because once they're done, she doesn't care. She almost erases them from their memory. They're not worth remembering. Very much a darker version of how... I know his name begins with a T, but I'm going to butcher it. Tsukama? I forget his name exactly, but the first seat in Food Wars. I haven't read Shokugeki no Soma in a long time, but he had that same opinion, that he did not remember people that weren't on his level, so when he challenged someone who worked their heart out and stuff like that, he's like, who? Like, right after the challenge, oh, that person, right. They needed a reminder of who that person was because they weren't even worth their acknowledgement, right? So Hina's the same bout. She's that just dialed up a little bit to a darker tone. Maybe not dialed up to 11, but dialed into a more darker direction. And it really does work here. It works fantastically. So this is where Rei recognizes that this is what makes Hina dangerous and stuff like that. She immediately goes to hit her. It doesn't work. And Rei is on the back foot, and this is where Nozomi notices that was the move, adding the spin to her attack. That's exactly what she did in her first bout way back when with Hina, when Hina was first interested in fighting Nozomi. This is what she did and stuff like that. And even Kurushi is there, who, once again, we've been seeing total S tier, could kick everyone in Star Striker Ridge's ass. No question. Anybody going to question that? No. Kurushi, S tier in the Kengan verse. 100% S tier in this verse. But he's looking on it like, I watched how that happened and stuff. But Nozomi's freaked out because that's what she managed to get a hit off on Hina. This is the way she did it. After doing it once, Hina was able to replicate it in a devastating counter sort of way. And this is where Hina notices that she's actually bleeding, or the ref notices that she's bleeding. And it's like, oh, so Rei has a trick up her sleeve, and Hina's getting excited. We get this really good artistic choice of almost these feudal, like that old Japanese, like watercolor sort of art, that okami sort of style art mixed with the very, three-dimensional, really nice art and stuff like that. And she's like sweating, she's throbbing, she's ready to go and stuff like that. So she says that this is the making of her own perfected version of Army Breaker. This is Rakodo Army Breaker Dawn. And she has obviously done something to her arms. She's, extended them or something like that. They're very shiny. They're very slimy looking, covered in sweat. We're not sure, but they look like they've been almost extended. And this is where she's ready to throw down. And Hina finally, almost like she forgot who Rei was because Rei had nothing left to show her, just like she explained. This is the way I take this 3-page panel here at the end, is that this 3-stage panel at the very last page of the chapter, is that she just explained that she has no idea when she kills someone or not, because once they've shown all they can show her and they've got nothing left, she forgets about them almost immediately. Like, they're not worth her notice anymore. They're not worth her storing. If you think of your brain as having multiple terabytes but a limited amount of storage like a computer, Hina's brain is like immediately, nope, I don't need that information anymore because they aren't relevant. It's not worthy. It's trash information. And it's not taking up a single kilobyte in my fucking brain. And here, I'm seeing the exact same thing, that maybe she started to forget, like, this is all you, because last chapter it was, this is all you've got to show me, really? Army Breaker's the only thing? I'm bored, and you're boring me, and now all of a sudden she looks, oh, that's Ray. Ah, okay, sounds good. I remember who you are again, almost like she's getting her memory backed up. It's like, I really do love you, you're so much fun still, and that's the end of the chapter. So, very ominous, very creepy from both sides, but a very good chapter. A very good chapter. I enjoyed it. I did read it the week it came out. I was a few days late and stuff, but I did read it the week it came out. It was very good then. I don't think my thoughts have changed on the chapter after rereading it before making this review. It's still really good. I think the lore aspect is good. The choreography is good this chapter. The art is obviously really, I really like the 2D meeting the 3D almost. And I say 3D, I don't mean 3D art, but I mean the three-dimensional version on flat tones, on the flat tones of the auras and of the flames and that kind of idea. It's a really good artistic choice in my opinion. So anyways, that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, we'll see you guys back here next time for Chapter 46, which should be out in the next few days after this one comes out. Because I'm planning on recording it here in a few minutes. So hopefully I get them both rendered and out so that we're not so far behind anymore. I'm still behind on One Piece. I'm always behind on One Piece. But yeah, is what it is. But yeah, once again, plug, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And we'll see you guys back here for Chapter 46. Have a good one. Sayonara.